Entokummunuletstim fast pantikul antiflotus stalmøren byttig. Tim Allah saat gordon en fast velkumar fit pantikul door van signayu. Now thou munnet, ik kan ferus 12 af er is te gehede. Liste for den fritmølden het nenas, I mine mønneske teke. Her in hier til kas, Allah saat fast nye sig dam den big sessions. De flot husmat.
Welcomes its guests cycle round. Current
This is the grateful habit.
I know the deep stink like the back of my paw. Plenty of things looking to flatline you round here. I've been trying to warn everyone, but nobody listens to old Trummer. The corpse sec gone, and the auto defense is offline. It's only a matter of time before the ferals come calling. Watch your back. The bloody bot fest is what it is. The AGI is no longer around to keep watch over the local data net. Everyone and their cousins hacking into the bots, causing all sorts of mischief and mayhem. Never liked those things. Way too many complex circuits interacting with substandard coding for my taste. It was quite simple, really. The Liquid Quicks used to be the big baddies round here, led by a guy named Trenning. He and Poon are cozy from what I hear. I bet Poon's pockets are getting lined, but can I prove it? Of course not. Quicks were never friendly with the Turbo Vipers. Now with CorpSec gone, the Vipers suddenly decided to grab some territory. It's an all-out turf war out there, and I'm happy staying right here. Don't be fooled by their brush suits and posh manners. The Rojanils just as soon kill you as look at you. There really ain't much separating them from the Quicks and the Vipers, except maybe they got more creds to their names. And some fancy rules governing how they fuck the indents over. Bloody backstabbers and stimmed-up flatliners, a lot of them. Stay away from the corporate grab teams, friend. Those are as professional as they come. Trained killers. Only the largest multi-corps can afford to keep them on a retainer. They use AGIs to grab property, needed for imprinting the property SI or some such. I make it a point not to fuck with anyone who has direct access to an AGI. Spooky things, if you ask me. Not natural. Yeah, I know things. I get around. But I'm gonna stay as far away from any CGT as I can. Rather mess with a nest of starved ferals. I know the deep stink like the back of my paw. Which corpse you wondering about? Well, you got the gangs, you got the Rojin, and then you got Onyx Void. That little outfit spans all of Velis, and all the commons too from what I hear. Probably the rest of the known galaxy. Don't fuck with them, and they won't fuck with you. Unless they got a contract for you or some such. And then you're fucked anyway. Better just hope they flatline you on the spot. I hear they like to use their targets for sport now and then. They're as corrupt as anyone, but at least they kept things somewhat under control round here. Can't say as I blame them for leaving their posts. I would too if I didn't get paid. Corpsec disintegrating, things are going to get a lot worse round here before they get better. Indents, who try to justify their bollocks existence by worshipping the corporation that owns them. Sort of tragic, if you ask me. Then again, I never was one for clubs and groups and teams. More of a loner, me. There's a new influencer leading them, enthusiastic type. Not sure what they hope to accomplish now that the Ascent group's gone kaput. But to each their own, I guess. I know the deep stink like the back of my paw.
Old trouble been around. Seen the signs.
Yeah, there were a lot of shutdowns when the AGI went blank. Security doors and whatnot closing all over the place. It's an automated corpsec measure. Divide and control, right? Except there's no one left in charge to divide or control nothing. Passages are starting to open up. The gangs are pulping and flatlining one another to see who's got the biggest knob. They're making a feral casserole of the security systems while they're at it. Them towns set up their own security to cope. Now it's invites only. And probably going to stay that way for a while. There's many tales about that flooding as there are indents in the Warrens. Why haven't they drained that little puddle, you ask? And you wouldn't be the first. There's been plenty of attempts to clear Blacklake, but they've all been derailed in different ways. Sudden budget changes, sudden deaths, so on. Almost as if someone doesn't want the water gone from that place. House stacks are built in clusters, see? Each cluster's run by a stack boss. Supposed to be the one making sure services are running and the habs are, well, habitable. Indents don't get much of a say in what stacks we live in. It's assigned on a needs basis, based on some SI algo. The stack bosses decide in the end, so everybody kisses stack boss arse. Anything to get a few flows up, or get a functional rinser or whatever. Boone runs Cluster 13. He's a tight-fisted balloon wrinkle. Corrupt to the bone. But I have to admit, he does look after us. Only so he can fuck us over himself. A place for organics like you and me. Some call it the beating heart of the arcology, but there's nothing alive about that place. Just endless amounts of hydrogen-cooled bits and bytes. The D-Nexus is also where the bots and monos go to recharge. Unless you're made of silicon, there's nothing for you there, mate. Best stay away. Well, you got the deep stink at the bottom. You're well versed in that sector. Then you got us low-hammers scraping by in the Warrens on the low levels, with the commercial zones, nodes and docks and stuff above us. At the very top, you got the glitzy pinnacle. Need more U-creds than we'd ever make in a lifetime, just to get a glimpse of what it's like up there. The Ascent group board sits up there too. The fallen wankers. They got us into this method, eh?
Old trouble been around.
Well, then you got us at the very top. Need more U-creds. The Ascent group board sits up there too. The fallen wankers. They got us into this mess. I know the deep stink like the back of my paw.
You're looking for a bit of fun? Can't blame you.
Well, the gamblers try their luck at the Speedcrust racetrack or the Golden Satori Casino. I get my fix in the cyberscape. Leveling up a new avatar as we speak. Gonna be a drone hunter. Then there's stims. Whatever works for you. Just don't touch anything made for jack-o'-lanterns. Unless you want to fuse every neuron in your brain into a solid block of stupid. Gotta say, mate, you don't look much like the gambling type. Or a stim fiend either, for that matter. Well, that's where we all get our news. If you can call it that, the corporate propaganda they pump out. Always liked Abbott. Seems like a nice bloke. And I appreciate how he always puts a happy spin on things. Life as an indent's bollocks enough as it is. There's no need to make it worse by waddling in someone else's troubles. I hear Abbott's based right here in our ecology. It doesn't half seem to favour news from round here. Lots of people around who pissed someone off at one point or another, and I got a bounty for it. If you take one out, you can collect from the bartenders. If you bring proof, of course. Bounties are ranked, But the higher the rank, the better the pay. The bigger the chance you'll end up a bloody smear on the wall. I used to collect the occasional back in the day, but I gave up on that long ago. That's a young'un's game, man. Any licensed grafter can install your oaks. The good ones might even offer to sedate you before they bring out the knives and lasers. If you got what it takes, they can even upgrade your existing systems. Fine-tune them in different ways. I make a point of seeing them regularly. It doesn't do to have outdated orcs when you rely on them for work. You got the U-credits to spend, you get all sorts of stuff. Guns, tank gear, cyberdecks and whatnot. Oh, and you can find vendors in the strangest of places. Some of them might have some really fancy wares too. If you need to update the nav grid on your imp, you just need to jack into any nav point you find. It'll cost you, but could be worth it. Never was a big spender. Saving up to buy back my contract. Good day. Some interesting individuals in this here arcology. Ascender to the bone, that one. I see her at the Ascender branch offices every once in a while, talking the usual bollocks about the greatness of the Ascent group. Don't contradict her though. You don't want to end up on her shit list. Rumor has it she flatlined her own mate after discovering traces of a Malhorse Gelb skin salve in her rinser. Thought it an insult against the Ascent group. She's not the alpha feral of the bunch though. The Ascender's got a new top influencer leading them. No name yet. But by all rights they should have disbanded. But it's almost as if the Ascent group collapse only made them stronger. Strange. Ascender to the bone, that one. I see her at the Ascender branch offices every once in a while, talking the usual bollocks about the greatness of the Ascent group. Don't report it, no name yet. Look, I know you and Poon have got some sort of ongoing agreement, so I'd better keep my trap shut. I blabber too much anyway. Enough to say that I'd skin that scurvy jackal and use his prickly hide to wipe me arse with if I could get away with it. Well, you go out for a drink every now and then. Brush up on our mutual hatred. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer and all that. Plenty of things that look to kill you lurking round.
Seen your type before. I'll strike that. Nice catch. One less scumbag. You just made this rotten arcology a better place. Nah, just kidding. Still plenty of stem-fuck happers out there to make us all unsafe. Here's your payout. Impressive catch. And you're still alive, too. Here's some spending money for a job well done.
Towers, 0 sentience. Effect constant. Sector empty. Nothing to see. Move along.
Gertajutus alla saadjohtel juttu prinkupistauer.
Det kan du bare klare sådan en god bit.
Big head, you got to tell me.
Reboot. Rescan. Caution. Sentient presence.
Ready to jack in?
and this, and this. Not now. I've almost cracked the distributed cognition. Whoa! Where did you come from? No, wait. Who the hell are you? And how did you find us? This is supposed to be a secret hideout. I knew I should have gotten those turrets online long ago. Then you'd be a red smear on the floor. Never rely on secrecy alone. And again, I'm obviously still alive, so what do you want? Why are you here? Poon sent you. Yeah, I know that faithless cred stacker all too well. What does he need? Yeah, without those hammers, you're in deep trouble. I got 2 Nestkin in 13. Poon must know that, the bastard. All right, I'll help, but this is not for Poon. What do you need? I'm already logged on to the surveillance server. Let's have a look-see. Seems a whole bunch of invalid tags passed a scan gate at the Cosmodrome a few sub-cycles ago. The biometrics match your hammers, but... So I can't say where your hammers are now. If OV took them, you're gonna have to ask them why yourself. They've requisitioned an old Hydrocat branch office up by the node, way above where we're at now, like whole other tier. Anything else? I won't bore you with the quiche reproduction process, okay? Nestkin are like sapien DNA relatives. Sort of. I won't bore you with the quiche reproduction process. Well, I've gathered some premium net jockeys here for a little project. We were supposed to be hidden here. Wonder how Poon got his intel. Call me Noghead. My real name doesn't translate well. I know everybody treats OV like the big, scary boogeyman, but they're just doing business like everyone else. They could be talked to, just don't threaten them. Look, you'll probably need my help again before this is over. I passed your imp into my comms. Ping if you need me. And just to be clear, I'm doing this for Cluster 13, and Poon will owe me when we're done. Oh, and I bumped up your permissions with the arcology reg, so you can access the node. Moving up in the world.
Power
và đi ở là nhà sẽ được còn ra là cái các về mình một nhà bên về trong đó
Mogu ti to, ja sam njemu, gdje je tu,